Hello guys, this was third chapter for research, meta scientific research writing. Now I give for the concept about a good research uh, article. Uh, this for the presentation agenda. First, what is an article? Article is simple. It is a piece of writing usually intended for publication in a newspaper, magazines, or journals that is called article. Article should be its objective of a specific paper that convey information as efficiently as possible. A good article for wide audience. It is essential to attract and retain the reader's attention. The article also it discovers answers to the questions through the application of scientific procedure, scientific principle, and strategies. It also finds out the truth which is hidden and is not visible for the previous or the past investigation, which has not been discovered as yet. That is called an article. A good article that should do for describe an experience, event, person, or particular press. Or an article present an opinion or balance for agreements if there is some mismatch that should be balanced it. An article compare and contrast for variables, issues, and scenario. It provides for information about the events or the phenomena or the things that should happen, or it offers for suggestion for a theory and principle. That is articles that do. A good article have their own principle. Mainly an article should be unity. From the beginning to the end of the article, a good article should be uniform and coherent and support with evidence and effective paragraph and grammar. The word choice. For instance, the unity. It's graphically this it is not uniform. The circle is still seems like it is not uniform. That is not a good article. Look, this is for the fish. It seems like for the fish diagram, bone diagram, but it is a uniform. This a good article seems like this, and a good article should unit. It is important in paragraph level and paper level. And in the case of paragraph level, in terms of unity, a paragraph on five when all it is a sentence work towards the same end. At paper level, also the article should be uniform and the formatting should be the line speed, the grammar type should be a uniform throughout the article. Article should be support with evidence based, like clarifying, illustrate, address the idea, and explain the idea. It's support with an evidence. That is a good article. Not only that, but an article also supported by the previous evidence or by the previous findings. For instance, this was a PAPA research review finding, and we can support like this using a previous articles. And the coherence also the main principle of article writing. A coherence, either chronological order, problem and solution, the cause and effect, and topical arrangement should be considered when we are writing an article. When we are writing a good article, this is a principle for a good article. And the other thing is a good article, especially a scientific article, is found in different forms, mainly a journal. The following are the common type of articles, like research paper, research note, article review, mentor article, letters, and supplementary articles. These are common types of article when scientists or researchers that published or contribute to the community or the paper. What is meant by letters? It is also a communication, not the conflict with a letter or the editor, but a letter for article that is a short description of an important current research findings. For instance, it is a short description for the COVID pandemics, and it is that is for there is a conflict between Ukraine and Russia that is, we can write for some letters, usually fast track for immediate publication because they are considered an urgent issue. A communication or article should have these components. There is an abstract, introduction, main body, and the conclusion and reference. The other type is supplementary article. It is article contain a large volume of tabular data that is the result of current research and may be dozens or hundreds of pages with mostly supported with numerical data. Some journals now only publish such type of data in electronic form. The major article is a concise article format limited for specialties limited from maximum for 4 pages, including the reference and figures and page and article review. It is not a new discover or original article, but rather accumulate the results of many different articles on a particular topic or particular issue that coherence and narrative about the state of art in the field. That is review articles. A review article should also contain the abstract, introduction, member, and the reference. When we write a review article, our review article should contain these components. And the other thing is research notes. These are the short description of the current research findings, which are considered less urgent or important than letters. But research articles as mainly you can write for an urgent issue to give information about the situation, the condition for the existing scenario. But in the case of research notes, it is similar for research letters, but not such urgent than for letters. There is for the research papers. These are usually between 5 and 20 pages, are complete description of the current original research findings, the original investigation, and theory should be considered. But there are considerable variation between scientific field and journals. There is also a research poster under a journal article. Sometimes we can publish our findings in the form of posters. The posters are typically shown during the conference, either as a complement to talk or a specific paper or as a publication. They can be a good introduction to a new piece of research before the paper is published. Or the poster representation are often not peer review, but we can summarize our findings. That is called a poster. Look, this it is some common types of posters. Mostly, a poster presentation is done through conference, either national and international uh, conference. This is a common type of uh, articles or well organized articles. How to construct a well written article for publication? How to construct? There is a rule, principle, and procedures. The first is research topic. We should try to use the least source of impression rather than list of specific topics. Write down several ideas that come to you for selection were organized article for publication. Discuss the theme and the content with your friend, family, and teachers to gain a feedback, comments about that. Do they have a topic idea that interests you? Add them to your list. And then select the best topic to write on findings and to prepare for publication. Rule 2. Create a research question about the social importance of living through a natural disaster. We know a lot of disasters. Then, based on that, we can conduct research after selecting a topic. What is your topic? Rule 3. Our topic should be motivation. It is motivated. We should motivate it by topic. Is it topic wide enough to wide? It is an interesting area of debate for researchers or experts. What has already been written on this topic? We should consider this strategy. How will you undertake this research? Practical issue, feasibility, time, resource, and ethical consideration also consider when we conducting such type of article. And before you begin to write, define the research question. How can article be made more interesting without making the sentence less important? Think more and more when we selecting a topic, when we preparing a well organized article, and identify the source. Where is the source to developing our research, to investigating our issue? The research is mainly either primary or secondary data. This for the common issue, and we can the secondary data mainly from books, academic journals, radio or television document, and popular articles. That is, a good research paper revolve around research question, right? Very strong abstract. Trust, love your data. Otherwise, our article not good. But if this trust and love our data, we can publish a good. We can get a good findings and easy for reader to understand, not easy for writer to write. We should emphasis for easy to reader to understand, not even if the complexity of the writing that is that we should emphasis for easy to reader to understand. Ethical issue. The ethical issue scientific integration should be considered. Plagiarism, either self-plagiarism or plagiarized from other sources, ethically should be considered. No plagiarism, no double publication. This is for the good, the main principle, rule, and strategy when we construct well-written articles for publication purpose. Any article, any publication that have different components. The main component or structures of article is found the following form. There is chapter structure for chapter, section, subsection, paragraph, sentence, and word written like this. And choosing the right journal, aims, and scope, type of the article, the current hot topic, readership, revision before submission. That is essential when we publish well-organized articles. Number of journals like Emerald Insight, Science Direct, Nurture, Elsevier, IEEE, we can and others we can choose for publication or article. Our article or a good and well organized article should contain these components. The first, the title of the article. The title clearly describes the content. Our title coincides with the objective. Our title should clearly show the issue of problem. The author ensure recognition for the writers or the authors. Abstract, it described what was written, what was it did in or contents inside the paper. Mainly, the abstract should contain the objective, problem statement, the method, and the tool, and the investigation of the article should contain or found inside the article. The keyword some journal have a keyword. This keyword should ensure the article is correctly identified in abstracting and indexing service. And the interaction explains the problem, the background, and the justification of the paper or the article should be considered under the introduction part. The method, it explains how the data were collected, how the research conducted, how the investigation done and analyzed will or should be included under research methods. The result also it describes what was discovered, investigate for the issue or the current scenario. The discussion part it contains discuss the implication of the findings of the articles, acknowledgement to ensure those who help in the research are recognized, financial support, other material and data we should recognize. The reference ensures the previous published work should be recognized under this reference. Some articles also contains the annex. This is the main components of or the main structures of a good article or a good scientific article. These four some concepts about a scientific article, the meaning of scientific article. Already we have seen the concept, the principle, and the strategy of a good scientific articles. We have already seen about the process, the rule, strategy, how we develop, how we done a good article for publication purposes for particular examples for structure of the paper starting from the abstract with a conclusion, the body, and there is with example for the body and the part, the abstract interaction part. These different people how they introduce about the issue, the concept for that. This for statement of the problem. Inside the proper of the problem, we can find from the under the introduction we can get statement of the problem, the objective, and the background of the papers. And the other thing is literature part for reviewing the previous works. That is the literature part. Based on the literature, we have to develop the hypothesis. This particular example for literature and its method. This for particular example for research methods. Method is sometimes we can conduct experimental, mathematical, and numerical methods. This for the experimental method for particular investigations. This for the research results and findings. The result findings put in different way, in different scenario. This is based on the research method. Based on the research method, the research findings put in different manner and in different scenario. This example ends conclusion and discussion. This part with particular example and the acknowledgement or recognition of our support. This for particular example for recognition. Thank you for your attention. This for some concepts about scientific article writing, the principle, the meaning, the concept, strategy, and structures of how to write scientific article. If you have any comment and suggestion, give me. If you have advice, you like this uh, lecture, and next chapter we'll see about the other topic related to this. Thank you for your attention. Good luck and growth. Have a good day.